casino magnate that makes the Netanyahu government even possible. So this is a big problem. It's both a problem of APEC and their larger-than-life influence on our government, and that is part of a larger problem where money buys our elected officials. And we need to get the power of the big money lobby out, both on behalf of APEC, but also on behalf of the oil industry and the weapons industry, which also owns Congress. So this, too, has a solution that the American people support, which is basically to get the big money out and let the people back in.
Joe, thank you for coming to Brunswick. As you may know, next month Pope Francis will be coming to the United States, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington. And very recently he came out with an encyclical on the environment and climate change. If you haven't read the encyclical, it was just recently summarized by Bill McKibben in the latest issue of the New York Review of Books, and it's a very good summary of it. I wonder if you've read the encyclical or the Bill McKibben article, what was your comments on it?
So I have not read it, but I've heard about it, you know, and heard also a Democracy Now! Episode that was focused on it as well. And, you know, it's pretty clear it's a wonderful thing, you know. When I heard about it, I said, oh my God, you know, it would be so wonderful to meet with the Pope because he's on our side, you know. I mean, his agenda is pretty much indistinguishable from ours. If I had to summarize our agenda, it's to put people, planet, and peace over profit. And the encyclical is about two parts of that, you know, people and planet. And you can be pretty sure the Pope supports peace and getting the weapons industry out of defining our foreign policy. You know, so if anybody has connections to the Pope, I would so love to meet with the Pope because, you know, we're on the same page here, and the Pope has been unbelievably powerful in, you know, in transforming the landscape out there of these issues. Moving the discourse, absolutely, and kind of making it okay to start talking about capitalism. Talking about capitalism as the source of exploiting people and exploiting the climate, and both of those are in a state of emergency. We need all the help we can get, and if the Pope has some divine intercession that he can arrange, I think we need that help too. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Stein, thanks from New Jersey. In your administration, on the off chance that we don't have a green majority in Congress, how much of your platform, how much of your agenda do you think you'd be able to work with? How much do you think you'd be able to work with, through, around Congress?
Quite a bit, and here's why. First, I think our agenda reflects the needs and the deeply felt desires of the American people, and we know that from poll after poll. Barack Obama had a grassroots army, but when he got elected, he put that army on the shelf because that army became a real threat to his real agenda for big business and Wall Street. So he hung it up. If we get elected, it will be because we have an enormous peaceful grassroots army. We will not put that army on the shelf. We will continue to empower that army. And if I were president, I would be not just a commander-in-chief, and I would be a different kind of commander-in-chief. I would also be a psychologist-in-chief, and I would especially be an organizer-in-chief. Because we have the power, and, you know, we need to believe in the power that we have. And that's why I referenced psychologist-in-chief, because we have that power, but we're not believing in that power as we should. In the words of Alice Walker, the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing we have it to start with. We really need to know and understand that we have the power, we have the numbers, we have community values, and we actually have blueprints for how we can fix these. We do not have to go silently into this dark night, which is what they are asking us to do. They're asking us to please be quiet while the economy melts down again. You know, while workers and students basically are out there without a job and without security and benefits, on the verge of poverty, they are asking us to be quiet while the climate goes into, you know, meltdown, and while the biosphere goes into extinction. We are now in that 6th grade extinction, which humans will not survive, because you have to be the size of a squirrel if you're going to survive a mass extinction. You need to be a little tiny creature that doesn't have much of a caloric requirement. So we're not getting out of here. Today I saw the statistic. 150 species are going extinct every day. Every day, 150 species. We are not going to survive this for very long. We need to declare the emergency, the economic, racial, and climate emergency, and solve them jointly with the Green New Deal, and to phase out all fossil fuels in the next 15 years. We can do that, and we should ask for nothing less. One more, if there is one? Okay, one more.
What is your position on term limits for congressmen and senators?
Okay, term limits. Yeah, well, right now, we have, like, when people get elected by big money, they stay in office forever. Forever. The turnover rate is about 2%, if even that. Now, the problem is that term limits alone aren't going to solve it, because big money can corrupt the newcomers just as much as it corrupts the old guys. So I think, yes, I support term limits, because we're supposed to be a citizen government, not a professional class. So I do support term limits. But in addition to term limits, we need public financing of campaigns so that people are running on public money. And how do you make that affordable? By making the public airwaves free, as they're supposed to be. We own them. We need to reclaim the public airwaves and ensure that everybody has access, equal access to them. So even before we have passed campaign finance reform or anything else, we can basically reclaim the public airwaves, create a level playing field, and the minute we do that, it's a whole new ballgame. So let me stop there. You've been very kind and patient. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for changing this world. Do you want to say something, Molly, to end us? Big thanks to you. Can we please give Molly a big round of applause?
Let's give it up to Dr. Jill Stein again. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. That's all I have to say. And, I'm running for a local position, and I'd love to work with anyone that has an idea. I kind of want to disrupt Chris Christie. He said some really hurtful things about the LGBTQ community. So, any ideas like that, throw them my way. And let's do something cool. All right. Thank you. Oh yeah, and eat this food, because we're paying for it. It's going to get garlic bread and some veggie quesadillas, potato skins, and my grandma donated some cookies for you guys, so eat up.
You represent. Yeah, I would love to lift up the issues, but you know what?